Alright, so in this video I'm going to be looking at drawing page 1, number 1. First thing I'm going to do if you open this document is you'll notice that one of the views is missing. Right, so I will start out by drawing in that view. Zoom in a little bit here. That view, if I look at it, would include a shape that comes across here, lining up to this point, and a line that comes up here, connecting to that point, and then across. Right, so in AutoCAD, we're going to recreate this blueprint. Got AutoCAD opened up. Here's my student title block. I'm going to start with a line from this far right corner that comes across, and then up. My front view is 5 inches wide and 2.5 inches tall. So in AutoCAD, I'm going to use my offset tool. I'm going to offset my 5 from this line over, and I'm going to offset my 2.5 from this line up. Right, so my front view needs to fit in this box. Then in order to provide space in between my views, I'm going to offset 1 inch off of both of these lines. Right, so my top view is going to fit in here. I'm going to use this dimension, this 1.5, to offset that line over and this line up. So I offset 1.5, hit enter, this line up, this line to the right. Right, so you can see I've got this box here for my top view, this box here for my front view, this box here for my right side view. I'm going to use a tool called trim. It's going to say specify my objects to trim, so I'm going to start by just selecting them all. I hit the enter key, and now as I click on these lines, it'll make my lines disappear. Alright, so I've got my top view, my front view, and my right side view. With this view, I am going to place an angle here and simply erase out the rest of these lines. So this is what you're left with. Right? My top view, this line goes over 1 inch. Click offset, 1 inch to the right. But I'm also going to do the same thing on my front view. On my right side view, this line goes up 1/2 inch or 0.5. Offset, 0.5, hit enter. Right side view up, front view up. That then leaves me with this point and this point where I can create that angle. I no longer need these two lines. Hit delete. But I do want to trim out this. So again, I'm going to use trim. I'm going to click on that line, hit enter, and now when I click on these lines, it'll stop at wherever that initial line is. And that is number 1. But again, with these, I'm going to ask that you dimension them. So I'm going to switch to my dimension layer. Use my linear dimension. I need to dimension the overall width of my object. I need to dimension the width of this feature. I need to dimension the overall height of my object. And again, dimension this feature. Last thing then that I do need to dimension is my depth. Right, so you want to be sure that you dimension your overall height, width, and depth, and then any additional features. Alright, and there is part number 1 on drawing page 1.